Hello and welcome to Bay of Fundy Fortunes. My name is Natalie. I'm an empath, intuitive card reader, and a visionary as well. I'm here this evening to do the sign and element of Earth, which covers the sign of Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius for the week of the 25th through to the 31st of May, 2017. I realize this is very different for Bay of Fundy Fortunes. This is the first time that I've grouped the elements and the signs all into one video. I'm doing this so that I can put something out for all of you. I'm sorry about the weeklies getting messed up. I've had a couple of rough weeks, just put it that way. Fatigue and exhaustion kind of got me for a couple of days as well, along with a whole lot of other stuff. Everything, it's a damn planets, I swear it is. But I've been informed earlier this evening it's all coming to an end. The energies are clearing again in about a week's time. So I'm looking forward to that. Anyway, so I'm going to begin with the sign of the element of fire, which covers, as I said, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. I've drawn 3 cards, which I will do for all the signs. And it'll be at the beginning of the week. Early week, middle week, midweek should cover it. And then I will move after that. Once these are done, I will move right into the monthlies. They will be, as usual, 12 individual videos for all 12 signs of the zodiac. So let's begin. So I have my candle burning, and it's a beauty. It's all pink inside. That was a happy mistake. You can't see because of the lighting. But here's the candle for those of you that are new. It's quite large. Intuitive Candles comes from intuitivecandles.com. It helps. And I'm burning down by the bay. We're on the Bay of Fundy here, so it's appropriate. It's 100% soy-based candles that are not harmful to your health. When the wax melts down, you'll find a piece of tin foil laying at the bottom of the candle, and you fish that out. And it's filled with beautiful stones and minerals like quartz and aventurine and amethysts, and I'm wearing everything. I have all mine around me, and all but the earrings. All but the earrings and the ring. Everything is all from Intuitive Candles, from their magical candles. They're absolutely fantastic. Check them out. intuitivecandles.com. I'm not going to start without the smudging. I'm not going to start without doing that. We're not putting the smudging away. We're just getting back into smudging season, and I got to tell you, I'm happy about it. It's fantastic. Well, let's hope here we can, where'd my feather go? That we can get a good smudge up. Cedar, tobacco, sweetgrass, and blue Colorado white sage, thanks to Sue Chisholm out of Colorado. One of the viewers of Bay of Fundy Fortunes sent me a whole shipment of that. Sweetgrass was delivered on Saturday via some friends, and I'm at one end of the country, and this sweetgrass came from the complete other side, about 6,000 miles away in the province of Alberta. The sweetgrass was made by the Cree Indigenous band, and it was blessed by their tribal chief as well. I'm not sure which one exactly. I'm having a hard time lighting this. It doesn't want to light. I didn't want to have to piss around wasting time any more than I have to with this is going to be a long video to upload to YouTube. Come on now. Are you kidding me? I dried this cedar out. It should be, there we go. We've got some kind of ignition, at least. Oh, there's my feather. Oops. Good thing I didn't need that card. It hit the floor. My elbow hit it. Smudges are an indigenous custom. Please Google it if you want to know what it is if you're not familiar. I can't keep doing this for the rest of my life, repeating every video what it is, so please look it up. Oh, yes. It's an experience. And this is for you guys. Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Okay. I'm already 4 minutes in here. All right. Your very first card that I have pulled for you, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, I pulled the Eight of Cups. And the Eight of Cups is all about change. This is the beginning of your week. As far as this date, it's not a week to week. It is date to date, the 25th to the 31st. So there it is. Right now, for some of you, this card is showing up to tell you, now's the time, and it's the right time for you to take your leave and to move on. Other commitments have been severed already. You've ended some relationships with friends, romantically, family, job, involvements, volunteering, whatever you're into, teams, arts, and, if you're on different bowling, you've severed everything. And some of you are packing up and you're leaving. But you've been working at this a while. As far as the level of drama goes, when endings come about this way, there's very little of it to contend with because you've been working at this for a little while. So there's no great shock that's going on. You can say a quiet goodbye without all that drama. So that's wonderful for you in many, many ways. Some of you are just starting off. Some of you are leaving behind things because you can't stay where you are because the pain is too much. You're going through something. For some of you as well, this is a general reading. Without stating the obvious, I have to say it. It's a general reading. It's not going to apply to every earth sign that is watching this video. Only some of you. But some of you are going through that, and I'm feeling the weight of heartbreak on my chest. I'm feeling sadness, a feeling of being alone. Walking off into the sunset kind of a thing and not looking back. A very quiet goodbye, a very quiet exit out of the life that you had. That's very profound. I'm feeling that very, very deeply for somebody. There's also a journey in store for some of you as well. Some of you are just looking for a plain change of scenery, if nothing else. You just need that breather, that breakaway, a little changing things up a little bit. Some of you may be going on full vacation too. This card is a lot about change through movement, different ways that we move through our day and our lives and our weeks. These are just many different levels. Some of you may take a short trip away, 1 or 2 weeks, but some of you are leaving permanently for good. End of. Excuse me. The advice of this card for most of you is to follow your heart and continue to move forward. For those of you that don't know what to do but know that you need to do something, what I'm feeling, what I'm hearing is stay put. I just heard that. Stay put. It's not time to move yet. It will come. But for some of you, because you're not ready, you know you're not ready, you know who you are, you need to stay put. Even if it's uncomfortable at this point, then take little breaks, as the card is bringing forward. Little mini vacations for a couple of hours in a green space someplace. Get away by yourself for a little bit. That will help you tremendously until you think things through. Some of you, nobody should ever do anything rash when they're in emotional upheaval. It just isn't going to serve you right. You're too caught up in emotions right now. Emotions know no logic. Never. It has nothing to do with it. Making moves, physical moves, moving away, those are things you need your logic for and your intellect for. And if you're highly emotional right now, if you're going through some kind of separation, breakup, if you're grieving and mourning love in any way, shape, or form, this is not the time to make major decisions and major changes in your life. You need to know that. You need to hear that. You need to stop and think about that. So that is for some of you. Your keywords are endings and departures, journeys, movement, transition, vacations, and travel. That is the beginning of your week. So that lapse from the 24th to probably about maybe in about the 27th. It can go a couple. They're all going to overshadow each other. There's going to be a flow here. Your next card in the middle of the week is Page of Swords. It's all about gossip. And yeah, tails are going to, especially after this, Tails are going to wag. I heard somebody say, who's responsible for this? Somebody is left, and somebody is saying, who the hell is responsible for this? They don't believe that the person that made this huge transition did this on their own for no reason. They feel there was more motivation behind that move. When this page shows up, he's full of messages for somebody. He represents gossip in general, and people, and the tongues are going to be wagging away. But he has a secret agenda. He's almost been sent on some kind of a mission by somebody else. I don't have guns in my house, but if I did, it's not my clock. All right. This is somebody coming into some of your lives that's not really to be trusted. Here's the thing. Here are the personality traits. How you can recognize him. This is a male, and he is younger. Not always gender specific, but in this case, it certainly is. He's got a secret agenda, but people become extremely relaxed and disarmed around this page because he's physically attractive. He's very pretty. He has a beautiful pearly white flashy smile, and people melt when this young man smiles. So they disarm themselves. They think, there's nothing wrong with him. There's nothing bad about him. He's a sweetheart. Let's all let him in. Let's tell him our life history, the whole bit. But for some reason, he's on a mission, and and it's secret. And he's picking up and he's gathering. He's picking up gossip the way you would, pick apples out of a tree or pick flowers out of a garden. He's not thinking, and he's putting them all in his satchel. All the gossip, all the stories, and there's a reason he's doing that. And you know what? Here's the weird part right here at this moment in time with me. The card, I'm not hearing what it is. Not at all. Just that what this guy's all about. He thrives on attention. He's underhanded. All his interests are about himself. So a lot of self-interest going on there. He could be delivering to somebody out there legal papers. He could be the deliverer of legal papers brought right to your work or right to your. Because I'm feeling somebody's getting served at work, and these are legal papers you're being served. A representative of would be the sheriff's office is serving you with some kind of legal documents, calling you into a courtroom, or your name has been petitioned down for some kind of an involvement in a case of some kind, but it has to do with legalities. Absolutely. I'm feeling embarrassment for the person that this has happened to in front of his colleagues. Some of you may need to sign some legal documents. That could be part of it as well. The advice is to be clear. Excuse me. The advice is to be clear in all your communications at this time. This is the only way you're going to avoid any misunderstandings. So you need to put a little bit more effort into what's going on through the middle of the week. It's going to be busy. It's going to be busy for you guys the middle of the week. Absolutely. A lot of people, a lot of coming and go. This is a metaphor, but I've seen smoke in the air. There's a lot of smoke in the air. There's all kinds of smoke in the air. It is a metaphor, but that's what I've seen. I just seen people on a street, and there was just this long, thin cloud of smoke in the air. And it is a metaphor. I know that. That means something for somebody. Your keywords are complaints, backstabbing, a lot of bitterness. Oh my gosh, I'm getting that time, bitterness. Well, it made me laugh, and I needed that today. Bitchiness, backstabbing, cutting words, and for others, paperwork, and for others, legal work. That's a crazy middle of the week. I could feel the intensity coming off of that. That's just nuts. Your next card, and here we go. We've got 2 pages, and they're back to back. So, what kind of week do you think that's predicting for you right there? There's a lot going on. A lot going on. This is toward midweek and end of the week, towards the 31st. So it would be like the last 3 days or so of the week. And this page is all about pentacles, and he's about opportunities. He's a page of pentacles. And this boy is going to be bringing somebody some financial opportunities, I can tell you right there. He's going to be, for some others, in the heartbeat of things that are going on around. He will prove himself to be of value to you in some way. He brings good news about money to start with. He brings good news about work. For some of you, it's educational expressions or studies that he brings. He brings you hope. And at this time as well, for you fire signs, a wish could be granted that you've been waiting a long, long, long time for. All right. Also, the page, as I said, could bring a pending job offer for some, a tip-off of sorts, having his foot in the inside door of this said pending job offer, and you come instantly to mind, and they bring this inside tidbit to you. For those of you that have been trying to sell off a property or trying to move house, this is going to happen very, very soon for some of you. Some of you may be moving on this weekend, or some of you may be getting the word, the house sold. Now we can do something. We can get some action going instead of sitting around and daydreaming about it, talking about it. This is going to speed your life in general. This is like from the middle of the week to the, busy, full, rich, a lot going on, a lot of new beginnings, some endings in there as well. Be careful in the midst of that dizzying atmosphere. Be sure you check your paperwork, not once, not twice, but thrice, as they say. That'd be the best thing you could do. Just be very careful anything you sign your name to. The advice of this card is to look for all offers. Look them all over. Any offers on property that come your way, make sure that you go over them basically with a fine-tooth comb. Be diligent and check all your contacts and contracts, both ends, very, very carefully. There's a good opportunity on the horizon for some of you as far as your home goes, moving and buying and selling of homes as well. Your keywords are money and messages, communication, work, luck, confidence, and optimism. Those were your cards for the week. I'm sorry they're so short, but time is short. I'm running out of days to complete a full week's reading. I hope that resonated with some of you. I hope it hit home. I hope it helped a little bit. Most of all, I hope that you did enjoy this reading. So, now on to the sign of water, my favorite sign. And that would be for Cancer, me, Scorpio, and Pisces. On to the next sign. So the very first sign that I pulled for Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces for the water reading, for the water signs, was the card of Strength. I like this card. I like it a lot, and I'm happy to see it for the beginning of the week. This card is here to tell you to have the courage of your convictions, to stand your ground in the face of conflict. Don't back down. Do not retreat. You're going to need to find a well within yourself somewhere, a well of patience that you're going to have to pull forward. A lot of deep breathing going on, a lot of jaw tightening, a lot of biting your tongue, things that you want to see. You're just going to find yourself in that kind of a situation at the beginning of the week. You need to remember, though, you think about the good in life, the bad in life, or evil, whatever you want to call it, and how most of us try to live our life walking within the light of all things good, and all things fair, and all things loving. But this is the real world, and every day and every moment of our day is not going to go that way, no matter how much we practice and believe and live that whole concept. The world still has a way of reaching out and pinching and shaking you up a little bit in not very pleasant ways. You have to remember, as I started to say, that whatever opposes you is much lower than you are. You need to remember that. And that will give you the inner strength to stand your ground. Well, why would you let yourself be knocked over, bowled away, chased away, or frightened by something that's lower than you are? Anything that opposes you, that's where it belongs, and that's where you need to keep it. You need to keep your head above all of that. Don't let anybody bully you around at this time, because you may have to deal with a bully of sorts, somebody trying to intimidate you, somebody trying to impose their emotions onto you, which is just a form of intimidation, really. Sometimes this card suggests that if you can show, if this is not easy to do, especially if your emotions are running over, and this is a purely emotional situation. Somebody's been maybe not treated fairly, disregarded, and of course the first human reaction is to bring out a defense against that, to defend ourselves, to protect our image, to protect our pride, and all this kind of thing. It's really hard when this is going on, or somebody's bullying you or intimidating you, to reach down inside and try to show thine enemy compassion. That's real hard to do. The card says if you do, you'll disarm them faster than a Tommy gun kind of thing. You'll disarm them faster because you're doing the unexpected. You're supposed to be defensive and get upset and get angry when these situations come up, because that's the natural human response, is to first become defensive. And when you don't do that to somebody, if you can pull that out, I don't know. If you are, then you're a saint, really. But the card is suggesting if you can do that, it really leaves the other person or people or the situation scratching their heads going, huh? Wait a minute. I just got done saying a bunch of horrible things to you, and you're being really sweet to me and compassionate? What the hell is that all about? It confuses the attacker. We'll call it the attacker. But if you can do that, all the more power to you. I think that's asking a bit much. It sounds like it's easy, but when you're in the you're in an emotional state of mind, and not a good one, that's real hard to do. Going the extra mile, taking the higher road, that kind of thing, that's really, really, really tough to do. It takes a lot of strength, but that's what this card is all about as well. It's about strength, and strength of character. And for some of you, when this card shows up, it shows the literal return of strength as well. Now, see, I'm a Cancer. I got all this way into this reading before I said that. But seriously, though, the literal return of a physical strength is going to start to come back for some of you. If you've been ill, if you've been injured, if you've been like me, suffering from fatigue and stress, among other things that have knocked the wind out of your sails and really set you back or set you on your butt, where it hurt to breathe, feelings of confusion are enough to knock anybody over. When certain things happen, the best of us can fall victim to that. And it's okay to go down for a bit, but at some point, and the sooner the better, you start to fight your way back up. This card is here to say that you're on your way back. For some of you, you know what? I'm real happy to see it, because I needed to see this, and I needed to hear this as well, that I'm on my way back. This card really shows strength of character, and I feel a little proud about that, because I'm almost there. It takes time to move through transitions and changes. It's not all going to happen in this week. Even I know that. But at least I know that I'm not going to go down any further. I'm down as far as I can get, and I can only go up from here. And the same can be said for a lot of you. I just heard that it's going to start to get better from here. And it'll be slow, methodical, steady, but you'll be seeing the improvements. You'll be seeing that in the way you feel and the way you think. Your thinking, your reasoning will become more clarified, sharper, better understanding and a hell of a lot more wiser as well. You're going to see this growth period, absolutely. The advice of the card is to stand firm and take the higher moral, sorry guys, take the higher moral ground. Your character's being tested, maybe by yourself, maybe by the universe. It's hard to say. Maybe by another person. You're being tested to see how far you can be pushed, to see what it takes to push your buttons. I think that's playing with fire. That's what I think. But it's to see how you handle your challenges without any compromising. You know, would you compromise if you were pushed far enough? Would you panic? These are the things that are being watched about your character. Your keywords are courage, patience, endurance, risk, balance, opposition, and vitality. We all want the return strength of vitality. Your second cup through the middle of your week. Your second cup. Your second card that affects the middle of the week is the Page of Cups, and it represents imagination. And this is a page, so this is somebody young, or a young energy that's coming into the picture in the middle of the week. This could be somebody that's young at heart as well. This could be a 50-year-old that bounces around like they're 25. They're very trendy and they're very hip. This person coming in the middle of the week, I could do somebody like this. Somebody that's a friend, somebody that's a lot of fun. Maybe they're bringing messages of love. I don't see that for myself. And for some of you, this can be connected to your financial realm as well. This page, this person, this message, this energy, it's good. It's all good. Whatever form it comes to you in, it is all good. Absolutely. The advice of the card is to come up, take a deep breath, put your head above the water, and give your head a shake. And say, you know what? I can choose to be miserable, or I can choose to be happy. That's my choice. The advice of the card is to enjoy the lighter side of life. Find your inner child if that's what it takes. Don't be afraid to feel your laughter. Stop going through the motions of what's expected of you from the people around you. And when you laugh, really feel the laugh. Don't fake the laugh. Don't do that. That's really sad. For somebody to fake a laugh, it's just sad. It just is. This is a time for you to play. Use your imagination. Enjoy the lighter side of life. You deserve a little bit of a mental and emotional break after what you've been through. Your keywords are companionship, fun, outings, imagination, love news, and finances. I don't know what else to say about the middle of this week, except everything's going to go from being a little on the serious side and coming up out of that, you've been down in that barrel so far down that you had to reach up to touch bottom, and now you're starting to fight your way back up. This one says when you get there, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, to let all seriousness go, to let the hard realities of life go for just a day or two, and enjoy being alive. Bring out your inner child, play, have fun, feel the laughter, feel the sun, see the beauty, and live in the moment. Just stay in that moment once you get there. That's going to be the best therapy and the best medicine you can give to yourself. Your last card towards mid to end week. Five of Wands represents competition. As good as the middle of the week looks, by the end of the week, you're going to feel like everything's coming down in on you again, just in a different way. You're going to feel like you're in the middle of a competition. You are going to feel like you're being put through tests. That was shown a little bit earlier. You're going to feel overwhelmed. There's no doubt about it. Confusion. I'm hearing confusion, feeling overwhelmed. I see people grabbing onto their heads like this, saying, no, I just don't want to go through this. I don't want to take this anymore. I don't want to be here. You're going to be overwhelmed by other people's opinions. You're going to feel, for some of you, demanding children within families can be a little difficult to deal with at this time. Well, the planet's going crazy, no wonder. But they are starting to settle back down a little bit. You're going to be feeling like you're going through something where, the middle of where first of the week started out kind of real sucky. I got to the middle of the week and things were looking better. And now I'm just got a whole new set of problems and nobody's hearing me. Nobody is listening to me. Nobody is noticing what I'm saying, what I've got to say. It's like nothing matters to anybody when it comes to me. By the hell, I bet if I stood on a chair and I yelled as loud as I could that I just won the jackpot in the lottery, I bet you I'd have everybody's attention then. There's a bit of anger coming through. There's a bit of bitterness coming through. There's a bit of this. I'm not putting up with this. I am not going to stand for this, damn it. Listen to me when I speak. That's the way you're going to be feeling. You're also going to be receiving a huge deluge of emails and phone calls, appointments, and people coming and people going. On top of that, what you're going to be dealing with, it's going to be a challenging midweek. It really is. Come Sunday, you're just ready to, not Sunday, but the end of that week, which falls on let me see, it falls on the 31st, which falls on a Wednesday, a hump day of all things. It's going to be overwhelming. You're going to feel like, I just want to crawl into a hole somewhere and disappear. Why is this happening to me? Why? You're going to be asking the questions, why is this happening to me? What is with all these things conflicting and everything? It's almost like the planets want to get in one last hurrah before they go back where they belong to. That's what it's going to feel like. The advice of the card, the best that you can do if you manage to do this, is to become more of an observer, to grow quiet, to say, fine, nobody wants to hear me and listen to me. I'm just going to stand back here and I'm just going to wait. I'm just going to watch. Not going to say a word. Not listening to me anyway. Nobody's going to notice me standing back here taking it all in. And whatever information I gather, whatever my eyes collect and my ears hear and my brain processes, I'm going to use that to my advantage if I have to. At least I'll be ahead of the game. Nobody's listening to anybody out there. That's what you're going to see. Nobody. It wasn't just you, so it wasn't personal. Nobody's listening to anybody right now. So you be the wiser one to stand back and be quiet and watch what's going on. Because you know what? You're going to be the only one that knows. Because you took the time to zip your mouth long enough to listen to what was going on around you. You're going to end up ahead of the game. That's what I'm saying. You're going to gain valuable information that'll come in use to you as well. Not only that, focus on yourself, but you can still be you. The three are the Cancer, the Scorpio, and the Pisces are very kind people, kind-hearted, gentle, loyal, and willing to help. So look around to see who really, really needs your help. And you know what? The person that you find that needs your help, or you see a person with a need and you fill that need, they're going to listen to you because you helped them. You took them aside away from the chaos and said, I can help you out here. They're going to be the ones that listen to you the most. It's going to be a good feeling. Your keywords are posturing, ego, pride, debates, tests, opinion, and communication overload. And that, my dear Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, was your reading for the week. I hope it resonated with you. Hope you got something from it. I'll be coming back to review this because I can feel the heat coming off. I can feel the heat coming off one of the cards. And I'll have to re-listen to it myself. They've been resonating with me lately. Anyway, I hope that was it. And now, on to the sign of the Earth element, which are the signs of Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. So the first card that I pulled for you, Earth signs, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. I don't like this. Never do. Doesn't have to be all bad. We'll find some good. Don't you worry. Some of you, this is a general reading, remember. This is the vortex. This is the card most commonly referred to as the card of affairs. All right. The vortex. Take note of this clean space here, where there's no whirlwind, there's no whirlpool, there's no spinning, there's no nothing. Some of you are feeling very trapped and out of control. Whatever situation you find yourself in. This is also the card of addictions. Some of you are locked in bondage with another human, with another person. Some of you can't break free. Some of you want to break free. You're not able to break free. Some of you are having affairs for those that are. Some of you don't want it to end. Some of you want it to stay. Some of you don't want it to grow. Just want it to be what it is, for what it is. Some of you are wanting out. There's your break. It's a lot easier than what you think it's going to be. It's hard to convince yourself of that in the middle of such a situation. And for some of you, this is online, more of deep, intense emotional affairs where there's been nothing physical. You've never met, but there's been a bond and there's been a connection, and it's turned almost into an addiction. It's not healthy for most of you. It's not a good place to be. There's a lot of yearning, a lot of aching, a lot of hurting, feelings of extreme loneliness for some of you. Because for some of you, this person, whoever it is you've connected with online, is, to you, in your mind, the only person in your life. It's very fragile for you. It walks a fine line between what you think is love and something else. For the rest, not everybody. This card's not going to maybe apply to a lot of you at all, no matter what meanings are brought forth. There's many meanings with this card. But for some of you, this is addictions. And addictions come in very, very many forms. Not just addictions to people, but that's a bad one. But you can move on. After a while, that wears itself out. Not like an addiction to, say, or not that I would know this, but let's say to heroin or alcohol. Giving the benefit of the doubt, I can't imagine what it's like to be an alcoholic or a heroin addict. But that's something you live with for the rest of your life. You're always fighting that demon all the time. This whole card is about feeling powerless about whatever's going on in your life right now. It's not good. This is about also coming to the realization. There's realizations coming to the foreground, is what I'm hearing, which is a good thing, because realizations mean you're thinking for yourself. Your brain's still working. The realization of the situation that you're in and what's going on means you're starting to wake up. And if you're starting to wake up, it means that instinctively you're going to want to get out, get away, move away. And you know it's going to hurt. You know it's going to be hard. But this is not working for you. It's not good for you. Whatever it is in your life that's dominating you, suffocating you. But it's like, when it feels good, it feels so damn good. It is so good. But man, when it goes bad, it goes fast. And it's crashing every time. It's heartache every time. It's devastation. It's a shatter every time. And you can't keep riding that roller coaster of extreme goodness to extreme badness. It needs to stop. That's the main message of this card. You can break free at any time. It's going to be easier than you think. That's your advice. Get away from those habits. Don't let anything dictate who you are. Take back your power is what you need to do. Your keywords are choices and contracts, control, power, affairs, restrictions, and addictions. Not a great way to start that week off for some of you at all. Remember, it's general reading. Your next card that was pulled is the Page of Swords. This Page of Swords, he just showed up in another reading too. It's all about gossip. I think he showed up in the first set. These people are usually underhanded. That's the big thing about them when this page shows up. He's representative of people that are underhanded that may come into the middle of your week. You got to be real careful. You got to watch complaints that are going on at work and make sure that you're not part of that or the complaint. or the complainer. You need to watch for that. But it's more against you than it is you against them at this point. This is not the best reading, is it? Oh my goodness. Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. Some of you maybe brought some legal papers that need to be signed as well. Legal matters coming to the foreground in the middle of the week. The advice is, actually, this is not the middle of the week. The middle of the week would be, because it starts on the middle of the week. One moment. See, even I'm messed up doing these readings this way. The middle of your week with this reading would be your Friday into Saturday is what it would end up being. Your midweek. We'll put it that way. We'll put it that way. Your midweek. You just got to watch who's trying to shake things up in your world. And somebody, for some of you, not all of you, the middle of your week's going to be shaken up a little bit. It's going to be uncomfortable. It's going to bring about changes for the rest of the week and probably the rest of the month. You've got to be real clear with your communications. This came up, yes, on the fire signs. This card was in there. And you really, really have to be on top. Communications are key. They're so vital right now. Oh my God, especially with the retrogrades and everything else that's going on. I am not an astrologer. I am deeply interested in astrology. I love astrology. I am not an astrologer, but I try to keep myself aware of the retrogrades and these little things that can really inflict us. And so don't ask me. You'd have to go find yourself an astrologer on YouTube to ask any real complex questions about astrology. I can't answer those. But with the planets and everything that's going on, this is just insanity. Nothing. It is going to calm down again, but in the middle of the week for you, Earth signs, it's going to get a little bit crazy. Things are going to get rough for a couple of days. There's no getting around it. You're going to be questioning. You're going to say, where the hell am I? Am I in the Twilight Zone and I didn't get the memo? What is going on? It's going to be that kind of a week for you. This is just unbelievable. Watch out for gossip. That's what this guy's all about, and it won't be flattering. Somebody may come to somebody and try to pull this off. Those of you that have real high morals and high integrity are going to stop this guy right in his tracks. I can tell you that right now. They're going to stop him right in his tracks and say, I don't want to hear this. This person you're talking to me about is not here to defend themselves. Don't be doing what you're doing. You're being completely unfair. And you're going to be feeling that with the middle of the week. It's just a crazy middle of the week. Now, your last card, thank heavens, is the Ace of Wands. And this is all about the practical things in your life, like your job. It's all about initiative, too. Having get up and go, making things happen. It's a good card. It's new beginnings, of course, because it is the Ace. I haven't seen this one in a while. This is the creative Ace, of course. That's what he's all about, growth and creativeness. This affects all your projects. This affects your job, your work. New ideas coming into the fold. Travel plans are being made. And for some of you, your travel plans are going to just take right off like there's no tomorrow. Communications will go well enough at the end of the week that this muddle that was going on in the middle of the week, all of a sudden, you're going to be able to share your visions, and it's not going to take a whole lot of effort or explanation. You're not going to have to talk to your blue in the face to make sure that whoever it is that you're dealing with doesn't understand you. You're going to be very clear, and the messages are going to start to be more well received. There's more of a smooth flow going on, which is a huge relief to you. If you were wondering, for any of you that had any plans in the works, and you're still not sure about it, you really, really need to know, and you've been waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting for the right time, the right signs to get the answer, this is the Yes card. So there's some goodness coming your way right there. This is the Yes card to anything that you had that you were holding back on, something that you wanted really bad, yes, go ahead. You've got the green light, you've got the white flag, and all that good stuff. Your intuition as well is going to bump up and deepen your spiritual beliefs at this time, because something's going to unfold in front of you that you knew. There was no signs there to show you anything. You just knew it. You're going to be proven right. That is going to deepen and take your spiritual beliefs up another level, a lot higher than what you thought they were ever going to be. It's a surprise to you more than it is anybody else. There's new beginnings and new journeys and new adventures coming up for some of you. Fertility for others. The advice is to step into your power, invent and talk, create, brainstorm with other people. Whatever you say now is going to be well received. So this middle of the week thing with you, the beginning and the middle, is going to become like an old shadow, an old memory from a long time ago, even though it was just a few days ago. You're going to be that much, excuse me, for those of you that follow the videos, you know what I just did and why I did that. Excuse me for one moment. This is terrible. We need to find a live trap. I've got a critter here. Get, whatever you are, get. Better not be in that bag. Whatever it is, it's big and it's under my cupboards. And I can't kill anything. I need a live trap to get rid of it. It keeps coming in every night. There's no food down there. I don't know what it's doing. That's just old pots and pans, you know, this kind of a thing. The end of the week, midweek, at least it made me smile. I need all the smiles I get. It's going to be a completely different atmosphere for you. Things are going to change, and I'm hoping that when we get into the monthlies, this trend is going to continue for the Earth signs Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. It looks like there's a bit of a turnaround coming. Maybe this is an inclination of what I heard earlier, that the energies are going to start to clear. This craziness is going to stop that's been going on. So anything you say right now towards the end of the week will be well received, and I'm hearing Saturday and Sunday are going to be your good days, which is wonderful. That's what I just heard. Your keywords are beginnings, intuition, adventure, ideas, creativity, success, and fertility for some. So that was your reading, and I hope it did resonate with you. This is so different from me doing a reading like this. It's awful quick. I don't find they're in-depth enough. I like to get into them more, but I'm just trying to get you guys out some kind of a reading to kind of keep you guys happy till the monthlies come out again. Anyway, I'd like to thank you very much for that. And now we're going to move on to the air element, which is the signs for Libra, Aquarius, and for Gemini. And now on to the air signs. This is the last part of the reading for the week of May 24th through the 31st. 25th through the 31st, sorry, of May 2017. And this is for the air signs, as I said, it's Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. First card that was pulled for you. This is the beginning of your week of this reading, which starts Thursday. Okay. Yes. I'm just as confused. I'm more confused than you guys are. Oh, I don't like this card. It's 5 Pentacles. Every time I see a 5, I cringe. This card represents abandonment, is what it represents. Now, there's some things we abandon in our lives that aren't bad. They're good for us if we just walk away, right? For somebody out there, though, you're experiencing fears of isolation and fears of living a life in poverty. But this isn't your reality, and there's somebody out there that's a worrying over things that are not real, things that could be, things that they fear, almost like an obsessive compulsive disorder. That's for somebody out there. This is a general reading. Please remember that. Some of you on this day are going to feel like pulling away and pulling back, pulling inward and distancing yourself. Some of you have a lot of self-doubt coming um, coming into you, your self-belief. There's just a lot of doubt about everything. Listen to me when I say the energies are just kerplooey right now. The planets are a mess. Well, they're not a mess. They make a mess of our lives because we're so deeply influenced by them. And when they all start going retrograde, this becomes a problem. And nobody can grab the reins when the planets are gone retrograde and get it under control again. We have a feeling of being like we're victims to it. There was a discussion on that, on whether we were or not one time. Not that it matters now, but some of us tend to take it very personally. That was the conversation, and it's not personal. It's nature. It's the way it is. Some of you could be putting yourself at risk in your job or your relationship. I'm hearing that if this goes too far. This obsessive compulsive obsession, not disorder, but obsession with poverty. Because one thing, some people shouldn't watch the news. Some people shouldn't make their knowledge of current events in the world so broad. Your nature is too sensitive, for one thing. And that manifests itself in these worry things of poverty and being alone, being lost, outside in the cold, being hungry, being unloved, and all these really sad things. And your brain seems to get locked into that, and it wants to stay there and become obsessed with it. And that's all you can think about. And after a while, that's going to take its toll. If that's not your reality, you need to stop and check yourself and say, what's wrong with me? Because you're not appreciating where you really are, what your reality really is. And you need to appreciate that. You need to feel the gratitude for that you're not at this time, even though it's your fear, literally poor or literally alone in the world or unloved or any of those things, that these are a fear that we all live with. But we all keep it in check. These are all our fears. We all fear these things. There's no getting around that. You're not alone in that concept. You're letting yours overwhelm you. And you need to rein it back in and get real and get grounded and take a look around you and feel a sense of relief that you're not living in poverty, a sense of relief that you're not living in isolation, a sense of relief that you're not unloved. Should that be the case? And there could be people watching this that do live in the poverty, and they are feeling isolated because they are isolated. I'm not ignoring that part of it. There is some reality and there is some truth in here for some of you. I am sure of that. Some of you have come through the end of a relationship, and your feeling of isolation and feeling alone is very real, and it's very, very true. There's also financial struggles as well, because when a breakup occurs, if people have been married or cohabitating in any form, the sharing of finances and living expenses, that all comes to a stop. There's a big adjustment right there itself, and that's very difficult to go through. It's bad enough, the emotional aspect of the situation, when you have to deal with, the most important financial aspects of keeping a roof over your head and food in your fridge, being able to get back and forth to your job. All these things come into play. High stress. For a few of you, you're going through just that right now, and it is not fun. My heart goes out to you. Nothing lasts forever. Nothing is stagnant. Nothing gets lost. Everything is continually changing. You may not feel that right now. For those of you that are in that position, it will get better. It's going to get better. But you know what? It took you a while to get into the situation. It's going to take a little while to get back out of it. You have to remember that and be fair with the laws of nature, the laws of life, the laws of balance. You need to show some fairness back and let it all come back the way it's supposed to you. and you will bring everything back to you. So you're not going to be here forever, but I'm not making light of it for those of you going through this. Not at all. Believe me, I'm not. It's easy for me to say all this because, I'm not you, right? I realize that. For some of you out there, you're really lost. You're blinded by your own, we'll say your own shadow. You're walking in the dark, and you're the one bringing that on yourself. I'm feeling a lot of self-responsibility here with this card, like a lot. There is support out there for you, but you got to turn the light on and grab the flashlight and go looking for it because it's there, but you need to go to it. It's not really going to come to you. Not in this case. You need to go to it, and you will find the support you need. You won't feel so isolated and so unloved and all alone either. Your keywords are isolation, rejection, bias, fear, risk, relationships, and money problems is what that is. All right. Your next card, the middle of the week, is your Knight of Wands. He's all about activity. This is not a bad card. This is pretty good. This is where things start to lighten up a little bit. There's no more waiting for some of you. Those of you that have been waiting, all aspects of your life are going to get a sudden boost. See, this is why this is these readings, these element readings, they're the most general thing as far as the spread goes, and I'm not comfortable with them. I'm more meat and bones kind of a girl. I want to get to the bone. I want to chew through the meat. And 3 cards for a whole week. I couldn't do all 7 and have them all ready by the morning. I just couldn't do it. So, and I want you guys to have this in the morning on the 25th when you wake up. There's more going on here, and I can't get it all in the time that I need to get it in. This upload will be over an hour, and it'll take over 5 hours to upload into YouTube so that you can watch it. That's why there's no way I could get 9 off tonight and get them all ready by the morning. But this isn't my cup of tea. I don't know about you guys. Maybe you guys are all right with it. I don't know. But anyway, this is what I mean. We go through the depths of this feeling and the depths of despair in the middle of the week. It's almost a manic depressive thing going on here. You're back up again because this card brings a boost to your life. But maybe to be more realistic, it brings a more realistic boost to your life. If things are feeling a little bit better by the middle of the week for some of you. For those of you that are open to it, there'll be more opportunities coming your way through the middle of the week. I'm hearing some of you won't be up to it after the beginning of the week, but you will grab the opportunity and try to float your way through it, I guess, until you get more grounded again. You're going to try to hold on to this and follow through with it despite how you're feeling. That takes courage and strength too, by the way, so kudos go out to you for that, for trying anyway. You may see it rains, it pours. I felt a slowness, a stillness with this one. This one here is like an explosion in the middle of the week. It goes like, it's like day and night all together. There's all this activity with this card. There's emails and phone calls and meetings, invitations, and people to see and places to go. It's busy, busy, busy. Getting a cough here, sorry. Family-wise and professionally, your work world, whatever it is that you do for profession, no matter what it is, in your family, everything's going to smooth out there through the middle of the week as well. It's all good. Some of you will be moving. Some of you will be making the decision to move through the middle of the week. Some of you will be traveling. Relationships could come to the forefront in the middle of the week. There could be some concern, some attention, not concern, but attention is being given to a certain relationship in the middle of your week, and it's intense, and it's meaty. There's something going on there. I can't put my finger on it, but there's something going on with a personal relationship. Things are going to move quite fast through the middle of the week. The advice of the card is, which will which will benefit you most from time and effort. You have to ask yourself that. You're going to get that busy. You're going to have to start pushing things off to the side and say, I'll get to it later. I'll get to that later. This is what I want, and pluck something from that and concentrate and focus on it. Just whatever it is you can get the most of and get the most accomplished from in one shot, kind of a thing. There's just this freedom of fast movement that's going on right in the middle of the week. Your keywords are energy, movement, focus, passion, balance, communication, and a relationship situation. See, here we're back to almost the way we started. It's the Eight of Cups, so it's all about emotions, and it's all about change. You know, it's the right time to take your leave and move on. For some of you, at the end of the week, you're done. For some of you, this could be something as mundane and practical as ending up a job, wrapping up a contract, moving on to something new, which is good. That could be part of it for some of you. There's not a whole lot of drama going on. A lot of people knew you weren't there for long and you weren't there for good. So everybody knew this day was coming. So it's a very quiet goodbye. There's not a whole lot of drama involved. There's no screaming, crying, severe depression, feeling like it's the end of the world. There's none of that. Although for the person leaving, that may feel that way, that maybe they made some good friends and maybe they touched base and connected with other people that they didn't know before. This is not where you're from. It's time to go back home. This gig is over now. That kind of a thing is going to be going on towards the end of the week for some of you. Advice of the card, just follow your heart and move forward. Follow your heart. That's really important. I'm feeling the heat flash right off of that one. Follow your heart. Life is too short. Do it. Do it now. I don't know where that's coming from or who that's for, but that's what I'm hearing. You know who you are. Do it now. Just do it. Whatever it is. Keywords are endings and departures, journeys, movement, transitions, travel, and vacation. There wasn't a whole lot coming off that card, but what there was, I felt it very, very strongly. Very strongly. Well, that was your reading, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I did my best. I'm very sorry. We'll be right back into the monthlies soon, and hopefully right back into the weeklies. And we can get back into that because I know you guys really like getting it every week. I like getting mine every week. I like getting mine every day, but I do have a life on this side of it. So you have to go see somebody else for the everyday stuff. I couldn't do 12 readings every single day. It would be physically impossible. I don't have that kind of upload power. Anyways, I'll see you all back here for the first of the month. Oh my gosh, June's coming at us. It's got to be better than April and May. Something has to break at some point. Nothing stays the same forever, right? Right. Thank you very much for stopping by. You can find Bay of Fundy Fortunes on Facebook under the Facebook group name of Bay of Fundy Fortunes. You're all welcome to join us there, by the way. Also, you can find us on Blogspot, on Twitter, and on Google as well as YouTube. I think I'm just going to wrap it up right there. If anybody wants a private reading, something specific for you, I will throw in there that if you look below this video window, right down there, you'll find a description or a more area or 3 little buttons. Click on that. It'll drop down for you. It'll drill down and read through. Grab my email, ship an email off to me, and we'll set something up. And also, so if you're looking for me, you know how to do that. I'm always right here. Or I'm walking down below on the beach, on the water's edge that hold the largest, highest tides in the world, the beautiful and bountiful Bay of Fundy. And I'm always watching and I'm always waiting because I'm a high tide junkie and I'm always waiting on the next high tide. I hope to see you back here in about a week's time. Thank you so much, everybody, for your patience. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Bye-bye.